Hi everyone, welcome back to my new Model Barmy channel and the next part of my garden model railway micro build. So what are we up to this time? So, as I suggested in the last episode, I'm onto roof tiles. So yeah, this was a bit of an endurance test. So there's probably about 150 or so tiles I've cut out of plasticard. So I've stuck them onto masking tape. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray this lot, I think, with some Halford's red oxide primer, and then I'll probably dry brush and wash some textures onto these. They're going to be basically like heritage clay tiles. So yeah, so that's the next job. Let's get some spray on there. Here we go then. So as usual, I've got a bit overexcited and carried on modelling without filming. So I didn't actually film the process of painting these tiles. I've certainly spared you the arduous task of watching me glue everyone on individually, because that really would be a poor show. Having been used to N-gauge modelling, where you cut out a piece of plasticard with roof tiles already embossed on them, this was a new one for me, having to stick these on individually, but I think they've come out okay. So I've given them a sort of sponging of different colours, just to make them all look a bit different. So that's done. Next job, I've got to make a downpipe for the gutter to run down here. It's all looking a bit clean as well at the moment. I might do a very diluted wash over the white to pick up some of the texture that I put into the fascia, and just to make it look a little bit less sparkly, because I think it all looks a bit too new at the moment. Yeah, I think I'll crack on with that. Okay, so I've added the downpipe for the gutter. I've given the brickwork a little bit of a white dry brushing, just to make it look a little bit more distressed, and I've done a very pale wash on the white rendering, which you may not pick up on the camera. It just takes the starkness off it a little bit. I've also dry brushed with some oils the doors to bring out some of the panel detail a little bit more, and I've stuck the other door on. So yeah, so we're progressing well with this part. Now, one of my dilemmas was what on earth I was going to do with the curtains. So various people commented about tissue paper and foil. Now, I was putting a fancy pie in the oven for the kids the other night. Yeah, I know, I treat them like royalty. And it came in a dish that had this sort of embossing. And I thought, wow, that is like ready-made curtains. So I cut it up, and what I've done is I've made some curtains. So I've painted them different colours, and I've used light and shade to accentuate the folds in the curtains. So I'll offer these up to the windows. They might look crap, I've no idea, but I thought it was worth a try. Yeah, there's a little bit of claret and blue going on there. No surprise there, is there really? So yeah, we'll give it a whirl. We'll see what they look like. And if they're any good, you'll join me when they've been installed. So the pie tin curtains are now in. I've stood them off the glass a bit with some foam board. So I've just cut some little strips of foam board just to bring them away from the glass a little bit. So let's have a reveal, see what you think. And I think that works okay. It's I was worried it would be crap, but I don't think it's crap. And of course, once there's a back on the building, then everything sort of gets a little bit closed up. Let's just grab the back part, so which is a little bit deeper than the actual model itself, because it's got to sit lower than the baseboard. But I shall spray the inside of that a different colour, dark grey or something like that. But yeah, I think they work. So what's the next job? I quite fancy putting an outside tap on here, because this would be the kitchen. So I might try putting an outside tap and maybe a hose hanging off the front of the building, which would be a lot easier to do now while it's like this than when it gets glued to the baseboard. I think other than that, we're maybe nearly there. Might put a bit of moss on the roof. Not sure. Don't know yet. I'll see what it looks like. But yeah, there we go. And so it's time to reveal what I'd left the space for in the middle of the garden. So the owner of this garden really loves his trains. So not as he got a ride-on train around the outside of the garden, he's also got his little garden railway going around the inside, which travels around the pond. So this basically is a Rokehan Z-gauge shorty. It's actually been repurposed from my model railway on a motorcycle, which some of you guys that subscribe to me may have already seen. So I literally took that layout apart and repurposed it for this particular one. So we're kind of getting to the end of the big bits now. Let's just zoom out a bit, and then you can see where we. So that's where we are now, and I think the next step will be to start adding the details, which is the bit that I kind of enjoy. So we've already started that process. Let's see if I can zoom in there. Let's get it in focus. We're getting there. Whether you can just about see that, I made an outside tap and hose, if it will stay in focus. Yeah, there we go. So you can just about, there we are. So you can just about see that. So that's his outside tap, or for us in the trade, that's a hose union bib cock sticking out the front of his house, and with his hose attached. So they're the sort of details I should be adding in the next episode, and then we'll be getting near to completion. So I think I'll wrap that up for this one. So I'll look forward to seeing you on the next one. So thanks again for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.